The stellar mythos, the sun, which is a star, and the moon, a symbol of the celestial dual, or duality, which is manifested on Earth as a terrestrial dual, or combat. This is why the star and crescent is a prominent feature in 3 of the major modern science fiction stories, including Star Wars, Star Trek, and Battlestar Galactica. This symbol is held sacred by adherents to various Tariqa orders of Sufi Islam, who call the eternal struggle between the forces of right and wrong, by the name jihad, and soldiers of jihad are called mujahideen. The mujahideen struggle, resist, and rebel against evil, and this is why the symbol for the Star Wars Rebels Alliance is similar to the symbol of the Sufi rebels in the Sudan. It is said that the nature of jihad itself is dual, having both greater and lesser qualities. The lesser jihad is the physical struggle and fight against external forces, and the greater jihad is the internal struggle and fight against your higher and lower self. Those who are able to master this eternal jihad are called by the Sufis, al-Jedi, meaning master of the way of the mystic warrior. For a Sufi al-Jedi master, the sword is a mystical and symbolic tool used to maintain balance in the eternal struggle. After Adam and Eve succumbed to their lower selves, by listening to the serpent in the garden, and ate from the tree of knowledge, the archangel Uriel was placed at the east gate of the Garden of Eden with a flaming sword, a lightsaber, to keep the way of the tree of life. This is why in Hebrew, the word Jedi is short for Jedediah, meaning beloved friend of God. This is also why the tomb, where Eve is buried, is located at a site called Jeddah, in Saudi Arabia. In Arabic, Jeddah means grandmother, and Jedi means my grandfather. Adam, the Jedi, or grandfather, of humanity, is given the title Safi Allah in the Quran, meaning the chosen one, or the pure one. The word Saif Allah means sword of God, with the word Saif meaning sword, or scimitar. Also, the word Sifr means, and is the origin of, the Arabic numeral 0. The word Sifr, meaning 0, Saif, meaning sword, Sophia, meaning wisdom, and Sufi, are all related. The grandfather, or Jedi, of Sufism is Ali, the cousin of the Islamic prophet Muhammad, who was said to have wielded a flaming sword, or lightsaber, a sword of light, Saif al-Nur, a double-bladed scimitar called Zulfikar, where Zul means master in Arabic, and Fikar refers to the vertebrae in the spine of the back, which stabilizes the body and is set in regular order. Fikar also is the Arabic name for the stars of the belt of Orion. The dual-bladed curved scimitar sword of Ali had its origins as the Kopesh scimitar swords of ancient Kemet. Other African scimitar swords are the Akrafina, wielded by the Akan of Ghana, and the Shatel, wielded by the Abyssinians. These African knights, who wielded scimitar lightsaber swords, also had in common that they dressed in the colors red and black. The colors red and black represent the two sides of the duality. In ancient Egypt, the black land, Kemet, was represented by Heru, and the red land, the desert, was represented by Set or Sif, and their battle was the duel of duality, the light side versus the dark side. When the eternal struggle of jihad manifested itself physically during the time of the Crusades, Moorish knights wielding scimitar swords, and wearing red and black, were trained in the way of the Mutasawwif Sharif Sufi Brotherhood to embark upon a holy war, a battle of Kodesh. Other names for the Islamic Jedi Knights during the time of the Crusades were Hashashin, which is the origin of the word assassin, and the Farusiya, who adhered to a code of chivalry and practiced martial arts. Al-Qutb al-Mutasawwif manages the force energy available in the world, and is described as the Green One, and is an al-Jedi master of the way of the mystic warrior, who wields the Saif al-Nur, the flaming lightsaber scimitar sword, as a holy warrior in jihad, the eternal struggle, since the Big Bang, or First War, to the Last War, or Armageddon. This internal jihad is the war between the higher and lower self, symbolized by the battle between Yaqub and Yushmal in the inner earth, and symbolized by the battle between Horus and Set, or Set, in upper and lower ancient Kemet. In 19th century Nubia, Muhammad Ahmed al-Mahdi arose as the Mujaddid, meaning renewer and reformer, who led a band of rebels under the banner of the stellar mythos, and red, black, and green, to do battle against the empire of Turco-Egyptian rulers in the Sudan. Muhammad Ahmad al-Mahdi inscribed a book called the Ratib, meaning unshakable, which is synonymous to the Kemetic terms ma'at, balance, and Djedi, stability. All gratitude and praise is due to the force, who created the galactical heavens and the planet Earth, and made the darkness and the light. There is nothing concealed from the force, not even the weight of an atom, in the planet Earth, nor in the heavenly skies. It is the force that reverberates throughout the universe. It knows not the limits of language, for it is praised in every tongue throughout the boundless universe. Although that force is manifested in all things, it exceeds the limits of perception. It possesses every meteor, every planet large and small, every luminous body that lights our skies, as it so compassionately lights our hearts, and controls every event in time and space and beyond. It is the sustainer of all worlds and the sustainer of all the knowledge in all the universes. It is the assistant of the distressed, the greatest of help, so please assist me in this fight with myself, for I long to be rid of the wickedness, which defiles my very being, and do not allow me to lie down in ignorance, that contemptible disease, which feeds the evils within ourselves, and keeps us from responding to our obligations, and please enlighten me with the celestial light, purify my intellect, for I crave to understand your celestial teachings.